Hey gang, are you new to this podcast? Have you subscribed on Spotify, Stitcher, or Apple Podcasts and realized that you can only access the 20 most recent shows on these platforms? Do you, my friend, want to binge on How Did I Get Here? Well, check out our archives that are available on the Podbean app. If you follow us on the Podbean app, we have every single show ever released on that platform. You'll also get all of your favorite shows like Fresh Air, WTF with Mark Maron, ID10T, the Michelle Obama podcast. All podcasts available there, and you can also access over 1,000 How Did I Get Here episodes. So, download the Podbean app from your app store and start listening today. Let's get down. Attention musicians of all levels. It's not always easy picking out a song by ear. Sometimes you need a little help. Well, I have the app for you. Whether you're a professional musician or a beginner, Ultimate Guitar is an amazing app. For just $2.99, you get the chords and tabs on guitar, bass, or ukulele for over 1 million songs. They're all available at your fingertips. You also get tools like a tuner, metronome, chord library, lessons, videos, and more. You can find out any song you want. It also has like transpose button. It has auto scroll that you can change the speed to so you can play along with the song. A lot of the songs have the lyrics there so you can sing along with them. Ultimate Guitar is an amazing app. Just go to ultimateguitar.com or download the app to your phone today and start playing. Start playing any song you want. Ultimate Guitar, that's the place for you. Let's get down.
You gotta open the vault.
Open my vault?
Open your vault.
Once I open the vault, it ceases to be a vault.
You have no choice.
Wait, the vault.
It's time for How Did I Get Here from the Vault? And now, here's your host, Johnny Dowdy.
All right. Hello, I'm Johnny. I'm your host, and welcome to another episode of How Did I Get Here from the Vault, where I reach back into our vault of almost 1,100 episodes, over a decade's worth of conversations. Pull one out that maybe you haven't heard, shine it up, and re-release it. Yeah, that's right. Today we're going back to May 7th, 2019, episode 800, recorded live at Cosmic Coffee and Beer Garden with Ray Prim, Laurie Gallardo from KUTX, Nöelle Hampton from the Belle Sounds, and Acey Monaro from Go Fever. A great conversation. And you know what? I went back and listened to a little bit of it, and it made me sad because I was like, oh man, I remember the times when people just got together. This is 2019, May of 20. We actually recorded it on Cinco de Mayo. It was recorded on a Sunday. I was moving out of my apartment so that they could remodel it and I could move back in. And I've been moving for the couple of days before, up until pretty much I went up there and did this podcast. But man, we had a great conversation. A lot of laughs. Ray Prim's obsession with television shows. Acey Monaro was barely holding it together because she is so hungover from the night before. Nöelle Hampton talks about her teenage pal, Tupac Shakur. Laurie Gallardo talks about her podcast she was getting started called where they answer the question, what is your darkness? I actually did that show. Is that show out? I don't even know. Anyway, let's go back to a happy time when people used to gather together for live podcasts. This is episode 800, live at Cosmic Coffee and Beer Garden. I want to thank my friend Paulo Vasey, the owner of that place, for having me out there. Love that dude. Love doing podcasts there. Can't wait to get back in there and do them. I was actually going to do episode 1000 there, but they weren't able to do it. And that was pretty sad. Pretty effing sad, baby. But we'll be back doing some live podcasts. I want to thank this guy, Travis from Klayman Productions, for recording the show and running sound. And for all you guys for listening to the show. Thanks so much. It's episode 800, live at Cosmic Coffee and Beer Garden with Ray Prim, Laurie Gallardo from KUTX, Nöelle Hampton from the Belle Sounds, Acey Monaro from Go Fever. Enjoy it.
How did I get here from the vault?
And now here is your host, Johnny Dowdy.
When we talked all night.
All right. Hello. Thank you for coming. I'm Johnny. I'm the host of this podcast, How Did I Get Here? Welcome to episode 800. I have a great dais of guests for you. I have the great Ray Prim, Laurie Gallardo from KUTX, Nöelle Hampton from the Belle Sounds, and Acey Monaro from Go Fever. If you listen to this show, you know I've been moving, and I actually was moving today until about 3:30, 3:45. And I'm still not out. I have to go back in the morning and get the rest of this stuff out. But I'm going to be living in my friend Jason's Airstream. I set up my studio in there. It's super awesome. Going to spend a couple weeks writing songs. I'm very excited about it. And also, I'm very excited to be here. I can't believe that I've done this podcast for so long. I can't believe I've put out so many episodes. In fact, I didn't really think about it much today because I was moving. And right now I'm like, wow, I've done a lot of shows. So thank you so much for coming to help us celebrate episode 800. I would like to bring up my first guest whose new album, Gerald, what is it called? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome my first guest, Ray Prim. Yep, that's your mic.
Cello.
Before we get started, I'd like to thank Cosmic Coffee for having us. This is a great place. I think I've played all of Paul's places. I played the Giant Steamboat. I played the Momos.
Paul didn't own Steamboat.
He did at the end. He did.
He did?
Yep.
Yeah,
when it was in the strip club, the male strip club.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Then I played Zierzamin in New York.
Where? Oh, yeah. I went there.
That place.
I went there.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? I sang a song on that stage. I didn't play it.
You did?
But with Susanna, yeah.
There you go.
Song. Yeah.
And then now here. Welcome to Cosmic Coffee. Welcome, Ray Prim.
Hey.
So what is the name of... Okay, Unconditional is the name of this album. Okay, so I was looking at the back.
Right?
No, I was looking at the back, and I was like, is this called Geraldine's Hotel Van Zandt? That's weird.
No.
So you recorded this live there?
No, I recorded in the ghetto lounge in my room.
In your room?
Yeah.
This is all songs that you've written in your room?
Yes, I can't afford a studio anymore.
Does it drop on Friday, May 24th?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
Drops like hotcakes.
So this record drops. Can we give a couple away tonight?
You can give one away with somebody already guessed.
We can give one away. So to the best audience member.
Wait, no, that ain't how it goes.
I don't know what constitutes the best audience member.
Wait, slow down. That's not how it goes. Y'all got he's just giving stuff away. You got to know a little bit about me. You've got to guess the name of my two dogs if you want one of these CDs. So if you know the name of my two dogs, come on up and get one. That way I don't have to give one away. I ain't got to worry about giving nothing away now, huh?
So you have a release show on Friday, May 24th at 1 to 1 Bar?
Yes.
Things are going good. Are these all songs that you wrote in the song game?
Some of them, yeah.
Yeah?
4 of them, like 4 or 5 of them, yeah.
Are you how many song games are you part of? Because people tell me that you're part of theirs.
They're lying. I'm not in a song game right now.
Oh, you're not? Okay.
No. The last one I was in at 11:59 with Dave Madden.
Right.
And then we only wrote 4 songs.
Okay.
That's over a month, so I'm not doing anything right now.
How do you keep up the pace of writing songs when you're writing a song, at least one song a week? How do you keep that pace without the game going on, without the accountability?
I don't write songs if I'm not in a game. Like, so right now I'm practicing mixing. I'm getting into that. So I'm mixing a lot of people's stuff.
Uh-huh.
So unless I'm in a song game, I don't really write a song.
Okay.
I just sit back and watch TV.
That's understandable.
I'm sorry, I'm a bad example.
You are a bad example.
He's like, yeah, I mean, when I'm in, I'm in. So what I usually do, I join the Soul Writers University, and we write for like 16 weeks, so 16 songs, and then I'll join somebody. I'll take 2 months off, join somebody else's, and then I'll make a CD or something like that.
Okay.
So, yeah.
What number solo album is this for you?
I don't know. 1, 2, 7.
Okay.
7.
That's amazing.
7. Album number 7.
When I first met Ray, he was. Why am I drawing a blank on the name of your band?
Seven Stones.
Seven Stones. He was the lead singer of a rock band called Seven Stones, and Ray has since the end of Seven Stones, you have become a singer-songwriter. In that band, you were just did you even play guitar then?
You know, I played like I played now, a little bit, just enough to write a song. I played electric then though, and then I mainly I was in front of the band. I didn't play as much as I do now. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
Mainly I had it was 4 of us. So, but now I sold all my electric guitar. Well, I have an electric guitar for the studio, but then I sold all that stuff. I sold my amp after I saw Damien Rice play. And I loved it. I was like, Damien Rice, man, this is tight. It's like, I love the cello. I love the acoustic guitar.
Yeah.
And I was just going to do that. But I couldn't make a song interesting enough with just me and a cello. So I was like, I got to start adding some stuff. And I just slowly, hey, what's up? So I just slowly started adding stuff.
Right.
And, now I'm like a 7-9-piece band sometimes. So it's
You
like that.
you have a backup singer or a singer?
Mexican Chocolate.
Yeah, Mexican Chocolate.
Yeah, Mexican Chocolate.
It's fantastic.
He's the best, in my opinion, and I don't care what anybody, I'll fight you outside if you want to disagree. He's the best singer in Austin, Texas. He doesn't win anything because I ain't got time to campaign for him, but he is the best singer in Austin, Texas.
Okay.
The boy sounds like butter
Yeah.
on a hot day.
That's amazing.
He's bad. He makes me feel like Barbara Hershey in Beaches. Y'all seen that movie Beaches? I'm the wind beneath his wings.
That's beautiful.
That's beautiful.
That is beautiful.
That's how it goes.
So you're not in the songwriting game now.
No, I just finished
You're
one.
in a release. Did you get a publicist or now for this?
No.
Okay.
I ain't got no money.
Well, you do work though, right?
Yeah, I work, but that pays for my cable bill. I got 2 dogs, and I got a girlfriend, and I got
That's a lot.
electricity. So yeah, that job pays for my car, all that stuff. It doesn't.
Right.
You know how it is.
Oh yeah.
So
That's
I
not
don't-
easy.
I don't have a publicist. I sent some. You know what I learned though? You really do need a publicist because I sent stuff out to the Chronicle and I sent stuff out to reporters and to write about the CD, and I ain't heard nothing back from anybody. So go get yourself a publicist.
Yeah.
Rob a
Someone
bank
get
if
Ray
you
a
need to.
publicist.
Yeah, I need one
Yeah.
for free.
For free. Well,
I got-
dude, stay up here. I'm gonna bring up our next guest.
Do I take the mic?
No, that is her mic. You can set it down. Yeah, and now that mic is yours. So it's a very beautiful thing, ladies and gentlemen. No, just the next one. Yeah, you just keep scooting down one as each person comes up.
I should have got it shape.
You know her from 2 to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday on KUTX. The voice of almost every ad on there. She says her name in my favorite way anyone says their name. Please welcome my friend, Laurie Gallardo.
How you doing?
I am good. How are you?
I am so good.
Yeah?
Yes.
Were you one of the people that didn't write back to Ray?
Yeah, you know what? It's okay. No, you know what? Ray's made a very good point. People need all of this attention and publicity, and that is a tough job, but I promise you, I'm listening, Ray.
Yeah, I don't know if I have your email. Do I?
You will by the end of the show.
Okay.
Not making things awkward. Laurie, outside of your work with KUTX,
Yes.
you are starting a podcast.
Yes, I am.
SPF 1000 Vampires Sunscreen.
Yes.
And it premieres in June.
It is premiering in June. That's the date that I'm shooting for, and it is a one-woman production. I'm the producer, I'm the editor, I'm the interviewer, I'm the host.
How did I get here is a one-woman production as well.
And there you go.
Yeah.
We had that thing in common.
So you've been working on this. Laurie started a Patreon. I guess there's probably, I don't edit or put... If you've listened to the show, you know I don't edit, I don't care.
That's okay.
Because I don't want a computer job,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. But you're probably heavily edited and music and work is being put into it.
Because of the subject matter, not so heavily edited. I want people to be upfront and comfortable. I'll edit accordingly, but yeah.
Let me
Yeah,
ask-
it's gonna have music, gonna have everything.
Are you interviewing like exclusively alleged vampires or something?
No,
Okay.
the whole... That's one thing that I had to straighten out with everyone. It's like, is this a goth podcast? I'm all, well, it's kind of being made by one, but it's not about vampires.
Right.
There is only one question that the guests are asked, and that is, what is the darkness to you? What is dark to you?
Oh,
And
wow.
I've just started that in conversation, and people give me so many different answers.
My skin.
And there you go.
Can I come on?
And we can, yeah, hell yes.
Yeah.
You think I haven't been thinking about that, Ray? Come on. You're at the top of the list. You're laughing at me now, but I mean it. You can go anywhere with that conversation. That's my whole point. You can say, yeah, my skin. You want to talk about that? Yes.
Oh yeah, you really
And that's
can.
the whole point.
Can we do a test vampire sunscreen with Ray
Sure.
and you?
So, Ray,
Yes, ma'am.
tell me, what is the darkness to you?
I'm addicted to TV. I really am. I have
You
a
are
problem.
addicted to television.
My girl even tells me I have a problem. I DVR everything. I've watched everything from Felicity to...
Who DVRs anything anymore? It's all available on demand all the time.
Wow.
Like,
Okay,
what's
next
wrong with
question.
you?
Next question.
Next question.
That's so
See?
like 2001 of you.
Oh,
All right,
here we
whatever.
go.
Whatever.
Here we go. Here
That's
we
the
go.
dark
Here
side
we
of me. I'm stuck in the 80s.
So people can find your Patreon at Vamp Sunscreen.
Yes, it's a Patreon.
You can
under
go there.
Vamp
She's doing a
Sunscreen.
Patreon.
It's a little ambitious.
Hey,
You know, I put it out there. I'm like, and if you become a $5,000 supporter,
yeah, what happens?
I will take you to dinner. Hooray!
What are your incentives?
You know, it's since I'm relatively new to Patreon, it was comical when I got on there in the first place. I'm like, how does this work? I'm stuck in the 80s, I think, you know, when it comes to stuff like that. But I'm just learning as I go. I've been getting some support. It's exciting as the word grows. People are like, why didn't you tell me about this? I had no idea that you were making a podcast. I just have to clarify, it's not part of KUTX. It's an independent thing, and that's
Yeah.
why I started the Patreon. I need to get equipment.
Yeah.
And take care of my artists. And I'm also hiring 2 songwriters to get some original music, like kind of sort of theme music for the
Right.
show.
Okay.
That's why I'm raising money.
All right. Laurie Gallardo. Her new podcast will be called SPF 1000 Vampire Sunscreen. You can hear on KUTX weekdays 2 to 5. Anything going on you want to talk about?
Just so many things, you know.
Okay.
I'm,
well, we'll
I'm
keep
happy
on
to be
talking.
here.
I'm happy you're here. Laurie and I are old friends. She was in a band called The Platforms. And in the 2000s, mid-2000s,
early 2000s.
we had a residency together at the Caucus Club, which is now the Mohawk.
Which is now the Mohawk.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah, that was a great,
That was
great
a lot of
Tuesday
fun.
nights.
Tuesday
I think
night.
it was. And Spencer had one there.
There you go.
Was yours Tuesday?
Wednesday.
Okay, so, yeah, Joseph was Monday, we were Tuesday, and you were Wednesday. Yeah, it's the whole thing.
Awesome.
All right, well, Laurie Gallardo, everyone, stay up here. We're going to bring up our next guest. Some of you might have seen advertised. Alicia Lonnie was supposed to be here, but she was not able to make it tonight. And so we asked our dear friend, Nöelle Hampton from the Belle Sounds, to come out. Hello, Nöelle.
Hey, Johnny. How are you?
I'm good, man.
I bet
I'm
you're
a little
tired.
punchy. I'm a little like out of it from moving. But I feel good.
Yeah, this is cool.
You feel good?
I feel good. I'm
Thank
tired
you for
too.
filling in last minute.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I got the text. Hey, do you want to be a guest? I was like, shit, I'm going there anyway.
Good.
Yeah, I want to be a guest.
Nice. So, you guys, you put out your record, The Sea Within, last year.
Yeah?
You came on the show. We talked about it.
Yeah.
There was some heavy stuff on that record. You made a heavy video.
Yeah, I don't know. See, this is what I was just talking to Laurie about, because in my life, I'm a pretty light person, but
You
in my
are.
music, there's some darkness. Darkness.
Good. I live for that. Bring it.
Yeah, I guess everyone said that when they heard the record. They're like, wow, there's some... I was like, okay, I guess that's coming from inside me somewhere. So, yeah.
Yeah. What happens after you make a record where you think you exercise some demons? Is your next record like a dance record?
I would really love to make a dance record, in all
Yeah.
honesty. But I'm writing some pretty pop stuff, and I'm also writing some weird, like, I don't know. I'm writing kind of like on both spectrums right now. I was in that songwriting group with Ray at the beginning of the year, and I got 4 songs, two which I wrote after watching TV shows. See,
That's my TV buddy right there.
Yeah, we have a bond. And but I'm writing like kind of all over the map, like weird piano stuff, and then like super pop electric guitar.
Nice.
It's fun.
Do you go to different instruments to get different
Yeah.
flavors for when you write? Yeah.
100%. Yeah, I just wrote a song the other day on my synth, my Korg
Yeah.
mini log, and wrote it with this Finnish woman that was in town for House of Songs.
Oh, nice.
And that's all I brought my little Korg, and I was like, let's do something here, and it's really cool. You know?
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Sometimes when you're writing songs, I'm about to embark on a thing where, for the next week at least, I'm just going to write songs with a drum machine and a bass.
Yes.
Yeah. Because I don't want to strum anymore. I hate that.
You know, after all these years, most people know who Andre Moran is. He's my husband. He's an engineer.
Andre!
Yes, he's not here. He's at Congress House working, bringing home the bacon right now.
Yeah, bringing it back.
But he's a recording engineer, so you'd think that he would have set me up, like help me set up some recording kind of a thing in our house.
Right.
But that didn't happen until December. So now I'm nerding out on Logic, and I'm like, oh, I can have a drum beat?
Right.
Like it's like, speaking of like, get with the program, Nöel. Why did it take me this long?
That's what happens. Like if you're a plumber, you're the guy with the leaky toilet in your house.
It's true.
If you're an electrician, you have, that light doesn't work. Just jiggle the thing 3 times and it comes on.
It's true. It's so true.
Yeah. You know what I saw yesterday? I was at Switched On, and I found the time to make it up Switched On. And I saw this new little 8-track recorder that's like maybe this big. It's like a digital 8-track.
Well, isn't that what Daisy's recording her records on right now?
I think she's doing on 8-track
Or
cassette.
4-track or something, yeah.
4-track cassette.
I mean, shoot, do it however you want. Like Ray said,
the
we
only
don't
way.
have any money, so we got to just do it however.
Yeah. Does anyone here remember 4-track or use 4-track
I
musicians?
still have my 4-track tapes.
Yeah. 4-track mind.
I wrote some weird shit on 4-tracks.
You did?
Yeah.
Me too, man.
Yeah,
You
that
could
was
flip
fun.
that shit over, make it backwards. Unbelievable. Oh, look, Aaron's here from Scorpion
right.
Child. My Uncle Jack is going to freak out. I have an uncle. Sorry, Aaron. My Uncle Jack is like your biggest fan. And I go through like a weekly conversation about the things that you're up to with my... It's great to see you. Yeah. I saw you walking up and I was like, oh God, wish Jack was here to see this. Anyway, okay, so you can see the Belle Sounds. You're playing a house concert. Is that a public thing?
Just talk to me if you want to come.
Okay. You can find the Belle Sounds at thebellesounds.com. Their record is The Sea Within. You're also playing June 21st, Phoenix Live.
So
What is that?
we're taking the band out to California like crazy people.
Okay.
Because, without tour support, to fly 5 people, rent a van and all that, it's a lot of fun.
No problem. Yeah.
But we still have a fan base out in San Francisco area, since that's where we're from.
Yeah.
So we got to take advantage of it, right?
Yeah.
So that's what we're doing.
Well,
Putting
good.
it on the credit card.
It's what you do, man. Hey,
I need to talk to you. I'm going to San Francisco next month.
Oh, yeah.
Do
I need
you
to find a
remember?
place to play.
Did you guys ever see the movie? Oh God, the Robert Townsend movie, the first Robert Townsend movie,
Hollywood Shuffle.
Hollywood Shuffle.
Yeah, no DVR. Laughing at me now, but I know the names and stuff, don't I? Stream that.
Beautiful. That's beautiful.
Thank you.
Oh, my God.
Obviously, Ray remembers it, but the famous story about that was that he made that movie on his credit cards, and it panned out. Sometimes it doesn't pan out. But
It pans out
I
well for
hope
the
it
credit
does.
card companies.
Yes, it does.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
because
winning.
eventually they make the money.
Yeah.
But I wish you luck on that.
Thanks.
If you're listening to the show in California, what city?
We're going to be there on June 21st.
But what city is Phoenix
Oh,
live in?
that's in San Rafael in Marin County.
Oh yeah, very
Yeah.
nice. I lived there in the Nicasio.
See?
In Nicasio, yeah. Rancho Nicasio.
Yeah,
We used
that's
to
up
go
by
there on
Novato.
Sundays.
Yep.
Yeah. Pretty weird.
All right.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Nöelle Hampton from the Belle Sounds. All right. My next guest is the lead singer of the band Go Fever. Their latest EP, Daydream Hawker, is available now. They're playing Friday, May 17th at Beerland. If you're listening in Boise, Idaho, they're playing Saturday, May 20th. Some people do listen in Boise. Don't laugh at me. Saturday, May 25th at the Olympic venue in Boise, Idaho. Will you please welcome my friend Acey Monaro?
How's it going?
It's going great. How are you? What's going on?
You know what's going on with me? I had too much to drink last night, and I just got out of bed.
What did you played last night?
No, I played up last night. I just drank a lot. Our guitarist owns a record store called BLK over on the east side, and it was their 1 year anniversary.
Oh.
So there was free beer, and
where is that record store?
it's just up the road from Hops and Grain, the brewery.
Oh, yeah.
So, you know, in that little area, in one of those. They kind of look like sheds, industrial kind of vibe.
Yeah.
But they're in one of those shops. It's a great record store. Should all check it out.
We should all check it out.
BLK Vinyl.
BLK
Shout out.
Vinyl. BLK Vinyl.
Keep those record stores open. You just went on tour.
Yeah.
of the United States.
Yes.
And obviously it went so well in Boise, Idaho that you have to go back.
There's a story behind that.
What happened?
Whoa.
Go on.
Well, we were going to do a second mini tour at the end of this month because one of our friends is getting married in Boise. He asked us to play, and we thought, shit, that'd be cool. We'd go back and hit the spots that we hit just a month and a half before, and
Right.
we'd play this wedding, and the wedding would be like an anchor gig.
Right.
But for the rest of the tour didn't get booked. There was some miscommunication. And so now we are flying the whole band to Boise
Wow.
to play the wedding and one show.
Show support.
Yeah, so yeah,
Credit cards.
just $2,000 worth of airfares to play Boise. Hell yeah, rock and roll.
Well, what happened last time you played Boise?
Boise was great. We played Tree
Yeah.
Fort Fest.
Yeah.
We burned the place down. We didn't. It was great.
Okay.
Yeah, it was great.
You have pineapples on your socks.
Yeah. It's trying to detract from my varicose veins. Is it working? You think I was wearing purple corduroy tights?
It actually was working. It was. So you had fun on the tour?
Yeah, it was great.
You guys came back in one piece?
We all
Were
came
there
back
any
and loved
meltdowns?
each other.
Oh, really? That's
Yeah.
amazing.
It was wild. It was our first tour with this iteration of the band, and the dynamics were all perfect. I mean,
Right.
there was some drama. The biggest pisshead or alcoholic in the band lost his wallet and ID, and so he didn't think he'd get into any bars for 3 weeks, and he had a complete nervous breakdown.
Oh,
And,
God. That's always been a huge
yeah.
phobia of mine on the road.
Oh, it was a really big deal. He
Yeah.
actually suggested us cancelling the
Yeah,
tour.
I would
and we
do that
were
too.
we were in like Colorado. I was like, no, dude. And so then our drummer, who's like a tech guy, just whipped him up a fake one. So we used that for 3 weeks, and it was great.
If anyone here is under 21, you can talk to their drummer.
Come and see me. Maybe we can raise money for this
Yeah.
tour.
Yeah, we can get it going with your new fake ID business.
Yeah.
I can just see him like standing outside of the Circle K or something, trying to score some beer, you know. Well,
I'll have a cooler full of
bar.
Yeah.
Did you guys ever do that? Did any of you guys stand outside of a Circle K and ask a grown-up to buy you stuff?
7-Eleven.
7-Eleven?
No, the tables were turned with me. There were some kids that came and asked me to get
Yeah.
that stuff.
Yeah.
Kind of
I
sad.
looked 40 when I was 12. So, like, when I was 12, I was buying, like, 17-year-olds alcohol. Like, no shit. It was crazy.
That's awesome. Did you?
Oh, no, man, I had gray in my beard when I was 19. I was the one buying stuff for people. My first hair on my
So you
face
and
was the
Acey.
gray hair. Yeah.
It was?
Yeah. God has not been good to me sometimes.
We would have made a really weird-looking child couple.
Yeah.
So
What a shame we just met.
But I can listen to you talk all day, girl. That Australian accent got, woo, love.
Oh, wait a minute. I'm supposed to read your posts.
No, you're not.
That was
I
a
told
great
you.
idea.
This is like Vegas. Don't read my posts. No. They got to follow me. I don't give that out for free.
Yeah, you
gotta
guys
come find me.
follow him because he's very funny.
Yes,
Um,
yes.
All right, guys. I want to talk about something serious. There's a lot of musicians here.
Yeah.
Last week they came up with this machine that gives you tips.
Yeah,
Tip jar. Where do you stand on this tip jar?
If it gets me paid, I stand up correct.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, is it doing it? And if so, we got to support something like that and make it a regular thing. I mean, our musicians really need to get that money. I know that people will be moved to get on there. If there's an app, they're going to do it. People are going to leave tips.
Well, I was looking it up, and they do right now. They mostly do what do you call it? What's the word I'm looking for?
A thing.
Tips.
No, they do people who do benefits, not benefits, but the charities mostly do it, and they put the instead of going into stores, they put them on outside of the stores, and it's working really well for them.
Okay.
Like they'll set it for $5 or $3, and all the people have to do is go in and they just dip their card in there, and they don't have to talk to anybody. They don't do anything. It's easy, it's quick. I don't know how it will work with musicians, because a lot of times, how I look at it is like you set it for a certain amount of money, but sometimes people want to put $1. Sometimes we had $100 in the tip jar one time, so. I think it'll work if you put that along with another tip jar, like one that people want to put cash.
The cash one, yeah.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
because you can't determine what you're going to put on there. You have to set them out.
It would be good to have both. I think that's perfect.
Yeah.
I feel like there's the big tips always come from like some dude that's trying to show his friends that he has a disposable 100.
Okay.
You know, I'm gonna tip 100. And they're usually the guy like, hey, check your tip jar. I put $100 in there. And you're
Well, yeah, if
that
he
totally
tells you,
defeated
then
the
he's
purpose.
that guy. If he tells you that, then he's that guy.
The guy that puts the 100 in always tells you, unless he's very cool. And nothing against women, but they're not ever trying to impress anyone. Like, I don't think a woman impresses her friends by going like,
You
watch
think
me
I'm
put
comfortable in this
$100.
outfit right now? You think I wore this for comfort, Johnny?
I thought you wore this as a gift to me on Cinco de Mayo.
I wish Johnny's listening audience could see Acey's outfit right now.
Okay, will you share those photos with me?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, they'll see it. Just go to our Facebook page. All right, that's the tip jar. Well, that was about 45 minutes of my conversation. I've got nothing else.
Well, can I just add one thing? I
Add
think,
whatever you want.
Just go back to what Ray was saying. I think, and we need to do everything possible. So put a real tip jar out. Have people throw in 20s in there. That's great. Do this virtual thing.
Yeah.
Put a sign with your Venmo or your PayPal. Do whatever you got to do. Like we're just this is the struggle, man. It's real. We're all living it. Look, we're all talking about how we can't even tour. It's so crazy. It's hard.
Yeah.
So just do what you have to do. It's too much is not too much anymore. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
There's like everything in the world out there. Like just fucking put it out there, and someone's gonna go for one of those things if they like what you're doing.
Yes.
You know, that's what I believe.
People are trying to clap. Give it up, man.
Thank you.
Listen to that woman preach.
Nöelle 220.
Acey, you were drunk last night and today.
Yes. I
Did you
cut
get
my
some
hair
hair of the
at
dog?
1. Did you like it?
I think it's amazing.
Thank you.
This
beautiful
whole
blonde
thing is
pineapple.
amazing.
Yeah, she's amazing.
I just rolled out of bed into this outfit.
We're the yin. We're the yin and yang. Well, like Laurie's a yang with us.
I know, what does
Actually-
darkness mean to me? It's y'all's wardrobe.
I didn't know we were supposed to dress up and stuff. I just put
didn't
on a
either.
t-shirt and some slacks
You look good.
and a hat.
I'm not gonna lie to you guys.
Up a little bit,
I put on what was left in my closet.
but you're always styling though.
Yeah.
I should-
Oh, thanks, Ray.
I should have worn my. Man, you should have told me something. I mean, no
Yeah.
memo. I got some clothes too. Next time y'all see me, I'll be dressed up. You heard me?
You should dress up as Snuffleupagus.
Who?
Snuffleupagus.
Oh, Snuffleupagus.
Yeah.
I gotta.
They have Sesame Street in Australia?
Yes.
Really?
We got that. We got stuff. God.
You got all that stuff? Yeah. Have you guys, any of you guys ever been to Australia?
Not yet.
I've never been
Not
either.
yet.
Oh, it's too far.
It's too far.
I am a little worried about the airplane flight.
It is literally too far.
I would have to take some serious fucking Xanax to get on that thing.
Yeah, last time I went home, I was sober at that time, and so normally I drink all the free wine on the flight. And even just being in the airport and not being able to drink was like really stressful for me. And that was the longest flight of
ever.
all time.
It's like 20 hours or something?
No.
And you go backwards in time, so you're there like 5 minutes before you left? Right?
I go back and I'm that weird adult looking 11-year-old again. No, that's not how it works, Johnny. We'll talk about it later. I've got a diagram.
I was talking to somebody today. Oh, no, it was yesterday. I was talking to my cousin Eric, and he was telling me, I was asking him how the Avengers movie was, and he said, well, it's all great except for they do this bullshit time travel thing. And he goes into in depth about how they go into this time travel thing and how it's total bullshit. And I'm like, so wait a minute. In a movie where people can fly, and a guy becomes a giant green man, and like everything else that happens,
Oh, I see what
the
you're
one
saying.
thing that like you're like, oh, that's not real, is the one thing that scientists study. Right? So
is
he
fun.
laughed, and I laughed,
You know
and then he
there's a
called me
big
an
lab
asshole.
in the California desert where they're working on making people into Hulks, right?
No.
Really?
Is there?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
But is that real?
Are you? You're a superhero, Ray. I feel
You
like
should
as
meet his cousin Eric.
go ahead and call him. I'll give you his number after the show. Everyone. Ray, you said you were worried. You seem like you not worried, but you feel a little shame about watching a lot of TV.
No, I didn't say I was
No.
ashamed.
Okay.
I said I need help.
Well, okay. Well,
No shame.
Just no shame.
I just know I got a problem. The first part of the getting corrected is admitting it, right?
what are your shows?
What's not my shows? I have a better time telling you what.
Like everything.
What are you talking about? I don't watch soap operas during the day anymore. Because I don't have enough room to record Days of Our Lives. What don't I watch? I watch Us. I watch everything. I'm not even joking with you. Like
He watches everything.
My DVR thing is on 2%.
Does it inspire you to write songs?
Yes. I only write songs from TV shows, so at least I'm doing something. But I mean, because my life is so boring. What I'm going to do, write about me riding a forklift? I mean, that's my day gig. So, you know what I mean? It's like...
Have you ever written a song about your dogs?
No.
Well, don't look at me like that. There's 2 great Paul McCartney songs about his dogs.
Penny's stolen enough of my shine as it is. I used to make videos about Penny, and people would come up to me and be like, can you tell Penny I said hi?
You're just got one of the dogs' names. Did you hear that?
Oh, damn! You tricked me. Johnny, God, you tricked me. I feel like I'm on Oprah.
I'm an invisible genius.
I'm going to cry next. I feel it.
I am like the Oprah of Riverside.
I always say that.
We always compare you to that.
Okay, you got to guess Penny's middle name.
You guys can guess. Someone's going to get a free CD tonight.
Yeah, we look under our seats and we got fucking water. What's that about?
Water. I like that.
Well, you know what? The world is running out of water.
Oh.
At a rapid rate. You know what happened? A few weeks ago, I got super into... I went into some universe stuff on YouTube, and then you start moving into like how the world was created on YouTube, and then they start suggesting that we're very close to the end and how the world's going to explode. Little documentaries.
No.
I watched a few of those, and I was starting to freak out a little bit, so I've stepped away from space YouTube videos. Because also, if it's not like NASA or like PBS, Cosmos, you're watching some guy that could just be sitting there like, man, the world's gonna explode, dude. We gotta move to Mars. You know what I mean? Because I'm sitting there like, oh my God, the world's gonna explode. You know what I mean? Yeah.
I do.
Do you guys watch anything that gives you anxiety?
Oh no. That anxiety thing comes naturally. Yeah.
Yeah, we got enough of
no,
that.
not Game of
We don't
Thrones.
need to watch something to get panic and anxiety.
Not Game of Thrones.
Oh, I don't watch anything educational.
You know what? You know what gives me
None of it's
anxiety?
good for me.
15 minutes of the news in the morning. That's enough.
Yeah, that's enough.
Anything with the
I don't watch
fucking
it.
orange monster gives me anxiety. Sorry.
Did you guys see that Flat Earther documentary?
What?
The Flat Earther documentary.
No.
No one seen it?
No.
Man.
No.
Well,
I
I
did-
can't
I
really
did-
have a conversation with myself about it. It's really good. You should
Is it on Netflix?
It's wild. I think it's on Netflix. I'm going to
I'll
defer
watch
to my
it.
husband. On Netflix? Yeah. It's really good.
I'll look
but
at
it's
it.
just, that gave me anxiety, but more about, like,
People.
Yeah, that's about people.
And they like wade out into like a river and conduct all these really unscientific experiments
Yeah.
with like weights and lines and stuff. And
Let me put a note.
Absolute proof that the world is flat.
You know what gave me anxiety? What documentary made me anxious? The documentary about Firefest.
Oh, yeah.
That fake
I watched
fan
both of them.
festival,
Oh, I
yeah.
haven't
Did you
watched
guys see that Firefest?
Yeah, I haven't watched the Hulu one. I watched the other
Just,
one.
No?
just
Yes?
that alone
Yeah,
gave me
okay, yeah.
extreme anxiety about people and how they spent thousands of money and they were being promised so many different things.
It made me hate influencers.
Yes.
pretty
I didn't
much.
know what they were before I watched those documentaries, and now
Yeah.
I want to beat them all
Now
up.
you want to beat
No
them
offense,
up.
if any influencer is here, that's great for my career.
What?
Don't get mad. Someone just
Exactly.
flipped me off. Look, the idea that... Okay.
What are y'all talking about?
We're talking about
Let me tell you where this is coming from.
Instagram influencers.
Penny is one.
Ever since social media came about and became kind of like the currency by which we judge ourselves, I don't think other people judge us by it, but we do. It starts to make you judge yourself. Okay, so I write songs, and I will write a song. I will make something where there was once nothing. I will put something into this earth, okay? And I will post that song on a social media platform. I will say, this is my new song. It is about whatever heaviness I'm expressing. I will get maybe 15 likes. If there is a photo of me and Todd Wolfson, you're welcome to laugh. I'm serious. It's like 280 likes. I didn't even do anything except go to breakfast. And I don't thank you. And so to me, that whatever I blame that on influencers.
That's what Ray
No.
was talking about his
You
I'm
dog.
got
also
to
50 years
figure
old,
out-
so if I'm blaming things
Johnny-
on misplacing my blame, I'm 50.
No.
Ray, your dog pin.
You've got to figure out the alligator rhythms. Zuckerberg has alligator rhythms. You've got to figure them out. The thing is, you can't just post. People, listen, if he knows that you're posting a song, he wants you to pay for that. Listen to me. Trust me. If I can teach y'all anything tonight, don't post songs, don't post videos, and only post pictures. And if you post a picture, post it twice. Don't feel ashamed. Like if you don't get somebody liking on your thing in the first 60 seconds, it's not gonna go to the top of the feed. Delete it. Start all over. Don't be ashamed. You learned something.
So they're about to.
You're welcome.
They're about to.
Hey, can I influence somebody into getting me a beer
Oh, yeah.
with this ticket? Can I
Get
influence
the man a
somebody?
beer, please.
You know what?
Get him a beer.
Somebody?
Can I also influence someone to get me a Tito's and soda?
Thank you. Pacifico.
They're about to.
I'm fancy.
hot out
I'd like
the,
an iced tea, please.
I done turned this guy into
There's
a...
literally
I'm partying hard tonight.
there's like somebody in Oklahoma City on a trail listening to this
Yeah.
while they're running.
Yeah.
Hey, can I get
Careful of
another
mountain lions.
Hey, hang on for a second. I hate to check my phone, but
Yeah,
anybody
go
know
ahead.
Damon Garcia?
Yeah.
His wife's water just broke. She's at the hospital having her
Oh,
baby.
shut up.
So baby C, I gotta check every now and then.
Wait, Jason Garcia?
No, Damon
he's
Garcia.
here.
No, Damon.
I was gonna say that guy is committed to this program. So my baby's being born, but I'm just gonna stay
However-
till the rest of the podcast.
Yeah, so I gotta.
Because I heard they're gonna talk about Game of Thrones and stuff.
No. Well, I told Shane if she doesn't have about Game of Thrones, I'm out. But I'll come back
So
afterwards.
there's no update on the baby.
They're at the house right now.
Okay. Well, that's weird.
Well,
Oh,
then
are they
wait-
doing a midwife?
I don't know about all that. I don't want to put his business out there, but they're not. They haven't gone and done all that stuff yet. I think I told too much as it is.
My friend Robin Cohn is moving away. She's a big music supporter. She worked at the DA's office.
Thank you.
I'm not going to say all the rest of your... No, I love you. One time she did see me cry. And you came in and sat down and comforted me. And I'll never forget that. I'll miss you. I love Robin. Also, if you want me to come to your office and cry, I only charge $25 per cry. I'll cry twice. I can bring that shit twice. A third time, it's going to take like a kick in the nuts or something. Like a literal one. A literal one.
It's like the same logic as posting a picture and you don't get enough attention from
is.
the first cry. You delete that shit, you cry again.
Can I ask
Within the first 60 seconds.
Can I ask you guys a question as women? Because sometimes we have some friends in this music scene that there are some half-naked people, and they'll put their hot ladies, and they are also musicians, and they will be half-naked, and they get so many more likes. And like,
What's the question?
Yeah.
is
How
it?
do we feel?
Do you
We're
find
not
that the
taking our
social
clothes
media is easier or harder as a woman?
What I was about to say before everybody put their drink orders in, which I'm glad they did, because we got some time and everybody needs a nice cocktail.
Sure. Well, not me. Not me.
But what I was going to say when we were talking about this before is that I just saw on the news the other day that Facebook and Instagram are seriously talking about removing the like numbers. So because so many young people, especially young girls, are having so much body anxiety and stress and like committing suicide and all this stuff because their pictures aren't getting liked as many times as somebody else's.
Yeah.
So if they just remove it, then it's just like you just have a picture and you don't know, and then it's like
does bring
you're
you
on
down.
the same playing field as somebody else.
It
you
does
know?
affect you. It really does. Because, I mean, I ain't going to lie to you. Like, if I put something up and I don't get a certain amount of likes, I'm like, damn, what did I do wrong this time? It takes more energy to try to figure it out. But then I start thinking to myself, even the people that like my stuff ain't coming to my shows. So what am I worried about it? You know what I'm saying? So
Truth.
Also, thank you guys for coming out because leaving your house on a Sunday is a hard thing to do. Especially with, Pecan Street is going on today? It's Cinco de Mayo.
I didn't know Pecan Street was still around. You serious? That thing still goes on?
Yeah.
God damn, that
What
was
is
going
that?
on back in
Pecan Street
1926.
Festival? Oh, they closed down all of 6th Street? They've done it for like 45 years or something.
Longer
Yeah.
than that.
It's
Fucking
like,
Moses went to the Pecan
it's,
Street
What are we doing here then?
I've lived here for a long time, all right? So what I'm about to say might make some people mad. It's like a tolerable Eeyore's birthday party.
Oh, yeah, his birthday party used to be the... Man, never mind. I don't need them. Never mind. I got a corporate job. Never mind.
I'm a musician and live this bohemian lifestyle. But I remember the last time that I went to Eeyore's birthday party, I was still married. And all I said to my wife was, I hate hippies. And I don't really hate hippies. I was raised in the hippie world. But I didn't live in it. I don't live in it. I'm not a hippie. Are you a hippie? You're just a weirdo.
I get really
hippies?
annoyed. People mistake me for a hippie sometimes because I don't shave my armpits. And it pisses me off so much. Yeah, I'm absolutely not a hippie.
Okay.
Thanks for checking.
All right. Nöel, here, look at this.
Look, I was.
Here's a hippie I can tolerate, Hallman. Our friend Mark Hallman, he lived in a teepee.
He did.
In the
He
70s.
lived in a teepee in Colorado.
He had a big-ass beard. He hung out with Dan Fogelberg.
Did yoga.
He did everything weird you could do. He took peyote every day. I think for like a year.
He didn't have a phone. Carol King called him to make a record, and she had to call the house down the way from his teepee
and ask him to walk to his teepee.
Yeah.
And by this time, Tapestry had already been the hugest album. And she's
that motherfucker does not give a shit about Instagram likes. I don't know the guy, but
you
I'm
know
pretty
what?
sure.
He doesn't.
Ooh, the drinks are getting strong. We starting to curse up in this motherfucker.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking
kids,
about.
right?
I was worried about that, but I curse a lot. But I was like, I don't know if I should show this side of me, but they're cursing. So
well, if you've ever listened to this show, it's like a F-bomb fest.
But see, I grew up in the hippie town of Mill Valley, California, where like Birkenstocks, rainbows, and orgies were. There's actually a movie. It's called Serial. Like S-E-R.
About Marin County.
Yeah, and it's about Marin County, and it's literally the whole movie is about motorcycle gangs, orgies, rainbows, Birkenstocks. And like that was like when my parents, who are here right now, they moved there in the 70s.
Yeah.
They moved there in the 70s, and it was hippie. But now it's like the most expensive place on earth, and people put their dogs in strollers and walk them down the thing like Beverly Hills.
Yeah.
This is going to be extremely specific, and you and I have known each other for years. When did you live? When did you live there?
69 until 13 years ago. Then.
Okay, so you lived there. I lived there in 1977 is when I lived in Nicasio.
See, there were hippies.
I went to Nicasio Elementary School.
Yeah. There was a Birkenstock store downtown Mill Valley. That just says everything.
I didn't see any orgies. I mean, I was also like a little kid, so no one was inviting me at the time.
Thank the Lord, then you didn't see any orgies.
Hot tubs and orgies.
That's a whole different show, man.
I did. I mean, everyone was smoking weed. I was like, they were up in the hills, like everyone's like smoking joints and like.
Yeah, I started smoking weed in 6th grade because there was so much pot. I was 10 years old.
Oh.
What?
Nöel, you know what? Noel's the most fascinating person. She knows Tupac. She knew Tupac.
What? Tupac was one of my BFFs in high school.
She was best friends with Tupac.
Tupac Shakur?
Yeah.
I'm trying to tell you,
That's
she's
Tupac.
like, forget that guy from Dos Equis. She's the most interesting person in the world. Stay thirsty, my friends. Tell them about Tupac.
So tell us about Tupac.
Okay, so
Young Tupac.
So Tupac briefly lived in Marin City, which is just south of Mill Valley, and he went to our high school for a little while. And, he had some issues with his mom. Everybody knows about the drugs. And for a while, he lived with his aunt in San Rafael. And he was, let's see, at this time, I think he was 16, 17, and he was rapping, but there was really nowhere to go for him to do this in an underage situation. So, look, we had this posse of about, maybe there were like 20 of us, and we'd go like in 3 cars up to Katati, way up there. Like, we'd drive like an hour and a half out of Marin, to go up to this bar in the middle of like cows and like cow dung, and there was this bar that was under 18 that he could rap, and so he would like bring his tracks and he would do it, but he used to call me and like run stuff by me. My parents would be like, "There's someone named Tupac on the phone."
That's what I was doing, man. When she was telling me this story, she pops this story out of the blue. Okay, I'm like, this is the kind of shit you lead with.
Hey,
when you
Hey, Nöel, Tupac's on the phone.
I know, exactly.
Or did they say it funny, like Tupac?
Yeah, Tupac. Tupac
is on the phone. Yeah.
I'm gonna nail
wow, that is so wild.
Yeah, man. Who knew?
man.
Who knew?
Did you? Were, have you? Any of you guys? You're not a hip hop guy. You're not a hip hop guy.
Yes, I am.
I mean, I've never heard you do
Don't
it.
let this electric guitar shit fool you, man. Listen, if I wasn't allergic to bullets, I'd be rapping right now. But I can't get shot. I'm just telling you, I love rap. Like, all my rap stuff that I have on SoundCloud is private. I won't put it out there because I suck at it. But I still try to rap. I mean, I love hip-hop. I grew up on Run DMC. I didn't listen to rock and roll. My first rock and roll album was AC/DC.
Can I say it?
Oh, I see.
No, can I say it? Because you said it on my podcast
Okay.
and I never forgot it because
All
it
right,
was the
okay.
sweetest story.
Okay.
All right, so he heard AC/DC singing Back in Black, and he thought they were saying, I'm back and I'm black. And
As
you were
they
like,
should
hell
have.
yeah!
Yeah, because I was moving back up to New York. I went to.
I'm back and I'm black!
I went to.
Yeah.
I used to play football. I was very good. And I went to Texas. My dad moved us from New York to Texas, and then I didn't want to play. Like, I came down there, and the guy from Texas, I was going to go out for the Texas football team, and the guy was like, New Yorkers don't know how to play football, blah, 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 blah. He had me behind a guy that had a glass eye. I got nothing wrong with the guy with glass eye. But I'm just saying, I went from being an all-star, an all-state player, to coming out here third string behind a guy with a glass eye. And I told my dad, I was like, I got to go back up to New York. So when I went back up to New York, when I walked into the gym, and it's back and I'm black. Right? I was like, hell yeah, I'm back and I'm black. And I would listen to that every time I get ready for football. And then finally somebody told me, you know you're singing the wrong lyrics, right? I was like, what are you talking about? He's like, he's saying I'm back and black. Back in black. I was like, fuck it, I'm still going to say back and I'm
You
black.
know what? You need to be covering that. You need to be singing your lyrics.
Nah, my voice won't go up there all the time.
Doesn't it sound like it? Like that guy?
But
I don't
I'm
know
John-
how he sings.
But you
Bon
sound
Scott.
No, excuse me.
What?
Bon Scott, that was my Bon Scott. That was Brian Johnson. It was
No,
right after Bon
no.
Scott died. No, I'm
Oh,
telling
Brian
you,
Johnson,
1980.
right. Sorry,
It was
sorry.
the
I
guy
meant
with
Brian
the-
Johnson.
it was
I
the
meant
guy with
Brian
the nappy
Johnson.
afro.
Hey, I've only had a couple drinks.
Excuse me.
Weren't they Australian too?
You sound, but you
Yeah.
sound just like Brian Johnson. That's awesome.
I can only do that one thing. If I go any further, it'd be like, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's why. So I listened to rap all the way up to the end. I didn't listen to anything else but rap.
Yeah, I
Till I
listened
got
to
to that.
it. We're actually putting out a hip hop song pretty soon. There's this.
What?
Yeah, we're going to put out a hip hop song with my young friend. I think he's 20, or his name is Shout Out Sock, his rapper name. And
Is
he was
here?
on the KUTX Best of last year of hip hop list.
Yeah.
And he was a vocal student of mine.
Awesome.
And we stayed connected, and I had this idea for a hip hop song out of one of my songs from the last record. I knew I wanted to do it, and out of the blue, it was like serendipity. He messaged me and he was like, "Do you want to collaborate on something?" And I was like, "Yes," and I already know what I want to do. And Wendy Colonna's brother is a hip hop producer, so we went up to him and he produced this track. And shout out Sock, my friend. He's rapping, and I have the chorus, and we're singing, and it's this dark song about loss. It's all about loss.
Darkness and loss.
Darkness.
Got your
Maybe
next
when
guest.
it comes out, we'll
Sign
get to
me
do a
up.
Laurie Gallardo podcast.
You sound so beautiful when you say that. Sign me up. My parents, when they hear everybody getting excited about how I say Gallardo, they're like, big deal. What's the point? Mom, that ain't El Paso. This is Austin, Texas. Come on.
Well, what happens to me is I speak Spanish, so when I go to say those words, I don't want to be like that Saturday Night Live skit where like, "Hi, I'm Johnny. I'm hanging out at La Villa Real."
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so you don't edit yourself. You
But
do it in the
do
actual.
you say Guadalupe or do you say Guadalupe?
I say Guadalupe, man.
I
say Manchac.
well,
I say all the things
Guadalupe.
these people want me to say.
I say, yeah, well, that's where we are different, I guess. Sorry, but not sorry.
The Ron Burgundy.
No,
of
listen, Johnny.
podcasting.
Listen,
No, listen,
if I can explain,
Okay,
I don't
please.
say it to be defiant. That's how I heard it growing up.
Dude, that's your name. You should say it like that.
Yeah, well-
and it's also now your catchphrase.
Yeah,
I'm Laurie Gallardo.
Laurie Gallardo.
Along with "Don't Behave."
Along with that.
Yeah, don't behave. That is actually your catchphrase.
That's my catchphrase.
What? But
very pretty.
you have turned your behavior around.
Oh yes.
Yes.
Well, I still tell people though when I say don't behave,
That's
my
wasted.
version of carpe diem, really.
Right.
I'm not telling people to go and mess their lives up. I'm telling them,
Right.
oh, you know what? You got to live life to the fullest. Don't behave.
Yeah.
But yeah, and to answer your question, yes, I just recently celebrated a year and 4 months sober.
Well, congratulations.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
I like myself better that way, and it's cool. Yeah.
This is one of those weird situations where I want to drink to that.
You should though. You should.
I will.
Celebrate.
Yes.
I need. Also, I was gonna put my order in again. I need another iced tea. So if I could
Laurie
do that,
needs another iced tea.
because I'm partying hard and
She is partying hard.
big time.
So
big
did
time.
we interrupt you and start talking about something else?
No, I was talking about
Noel?
the hip hop song. I
Okay.
I like
back to the hip hop song. Let's get back to it.
If I
You gotta
had
get
enough
that to me.
time, and I think most people feel this way, I would be in like 8,000 different projects if I could. If it weren't for the fact that you have to have a website, Instagram, all this stuff, Facebook for every single band you're in, which is exhausting, I would be in every project that I could be in town. I'd be like I just would do everything.
Here's my thing, and this is what I decided when I quit Seven Stones. I'm going to do whatever I want. So it's Ray Prim. So if I want to put a hip-hop record, I'm going to put a hip-hop record up. If I want to do a country record, I'm not scared of y'all. I will put a country record out. You know what I'm saying? What's the worst you're going to do? You listen to it or you don't listen to it. You know what I'm saying? So everything that's me is under one umbrella.
Samar.
I might change within the song. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
within one song, I might go from a country feel to a rock, add heavy guitar. You know what I'm saying? I just want to do. When I quit Seven Stones, they kept telling me you have to do this riff, and it has to be this way, and it has to have different time signatures, and it has to blah blah
No,
blah
it
blah
does
blah.
not.
I got
No,
sick
it does
of it.
not.
You know?
Were you letting the drummer get involved with the songwriting?
We wrote as a band. We
Yeah,
wrote
that's a disaster.
Yeah, it was. We wrote as a
I
band.
used to. He's probably in here. My friend Einar, my best friend.
We would see him.
Played
He's like
together
8
for
feet
many
tall.
years. No, he's not that tall. He's just real skinny. Yeah, his slimness is an
on the
optical
phone.
illusion for height. He's
out
on the
there.
phone.
He's outside.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
he's
he's
out there
outside.
making
Okay.
great deals. Anyway, we were in a band together many years, and he would be like, "Oh yeah, let's switch this time signature, and it'll fuck people up." And I always used to be like, "I don't want to." I don't want to do that in the song. I want people to keep on being into it. I don't want to. Yeah. So yeah, the time
That's how it
signature
was.
thing is weird.
But it's exhausting when you have to follow a certain thing, like all these. Because I grew up on so many different music. Like I started off with rap. I love country. I learned how to play guitar by a Beatles book.
Okay.
So I love everything. So if I love everything, why do I have to play a certain style?
But that's how it should be. Why should you be
I don't know.
confined? Why should you
You
have
shouldn't be.
any
You shouldn't
any restrictions? That's
You
not
shouldn't.
how you
You shouldn't.
create.
Because it messes up your branding.
But people want you to. Like when you go to the first thing they'll ask you is, "What style of music do you play?" And I say singer songwriter. You know, that's me.
Right.
It's everything under it. I'm trying to get iTunes to please hit up iTunes and tell them that you want singer songwriter on there. But don't mention my name because they're kind of banning me from that stuff.
You know what I used as a title and description of my music when MySpace came out? I've never known how to describe my music. And when MySpace came out, there was an option for French pop.
I remember that. I remember. Because that's what I said
And
about you on the radio.
Yeah. And you know what? I love French pop.
I
And
don't
I
even know
want
what
to be
that
with
is.
those guys.
What is French pop?
It's pop
You
from
know,
France.
Phoenix.
I don't know who that is.
Phoenix? You don't know Phoenix?
It's like
Arizona?
You got to come over. We'll do a French day. Because I do love French music very, very much.
Okay.
You guys like French music?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Edith Piaf,
Oui.
of course.
Serge Gainsbourg.
Just go see Night Glitter and you'll see some French.
Yeah,
some
Lulu.
French.
Lulu.
Yeah, Lulu.
Lulu.
Sings in
Oh,
French.
Night
yeah.
Glitter. Night Glitter. That's like new
Love
modern
Lulu.
French pop. We're talking about French pop.
Is she married?
Yes.
She's married,
No.
isn't she?
They're just
No.
together.
They're together.
She and
Okay.
John Michael are.
She's a together.
John
person.
Michael.
Okay.
She and John Michael. Yeah.
She's really pretty.
Yes, she is.
Yes.
She is.
Yes.
Sorry.
Don't be sorry.
Don't be
That's
sorry.
all
We're not
Who are
sorry.
you talking about?
All right. Well, here's
trailer
another
now?
thing. Here's another thing. I have a crush on someone, and I feel a little guilty about it. But I've had a crush on Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. I like that you're like, who?
Who is that?
Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez.
Oh, the senator. Okay.
No, she's a congresswoman.
Same thing to me.
That's a great person to have a crush on.
That's a great person.
And she's magnificent.
I'm starting to lose it because I follow her on Instagram, and in her Instagram stories, sometimes they start with, "Oh my God, you guys, you're never going to believe this." I just don't imagine Ted Kennedy ever saying that. You know what I mean? Unless...
OMG.
Yeah, exactly.
OMG.
I mean, she really... It's a little weird. Anyway, so I saw this documentary on Netflix, Taking the House.
I thought that was a renovation show for the longest time. And my friend kept telling me to watch this show, and I was like, I'll watch it. Like,
It
I'm not
actually
really
is
into
a
that.
renovation show.
It is.
Kind of.
It is.
It was a pretty moving documentary, and I cried 3 times.
I gotta watch that.
Somebody paid you $75 then, so they were watching it with you.
You're right. I got to get my Patreon crying thing on. Does anyone here have $75 and they want to watch me cry?
Seriously, I put in on that.
Okay.
I want to see if you can cry on demand.
I'll be over here.
But
Emily.
you got 5 minutes to do
I love
it.
Emily.
I got 20 on that.
You do?
If
Oh,
you
yeah.
get-
Pull your money together.
Do y'all think he can? But here's the thing. If you
Everyone
can't cry
puts in
within
$5.
5 minutes,
What's
you
that?
have to pay.
Wait, if I can't cry in
If you
5
can't
minutes?
cry within 5, I'm not talking like Denzel one tier. I'm talking like you just got your heart broken by Halle Berry.
That's so weird that you say that.
You
I just did. No,
away from
so
my woman.
my heart was broken when I was watching the documentary because Ocasio-Cortez has a partner. How liberal is that?
Oh, okay.
Come on.
Okay.
We're all liberal people here. You can
For the
laugh at
most
that. She doesn't even have a boyfriend or a fiance or a husband. She has a partner, and it's a dude.
Okay.
So, but he
And
looks
she's
like
way out of his
he-
league. I mean, he's like, I think you've got a chance.
No, but have you guys?
I don't understand his league.
Acey! No, I meant, you know what I meant.
Does she like guys that are like her dad's age?
Okay. All right.
But I am Cuban, and she's the Puerto Rican. That's very close.
Is that good?
Similar flags, yeah.
That's interesting.
Very similar flags.
Okay.
So anyway,
Where is
so
this conversation going?
Have you guys ever seen A Year Without a Santa Claus?
Not yet.
By
No, I
round
haven't
of
seen that.
applause,
Is that
have you ever
documentary?
seen Year Without a Santa Claus?
Okay.
Okay, so you know when Kris Kringle isn't little, but he starts growing his beard, and it's red, and he's got red hair? Her partner looks exactly like that Kris Kringle. Like, exactly. It's pretty freaky. So that's why I'm growing my beard out. I figured if she was going for like a mid-level Santa Claus.
So you're growing your beard out to have a chance with this remarkable individual.
No, I'm not. No,
Okay.
I'm not.
All
I'm
right.
just saying that for the podcast. I'm running out of stuff to talk about.
Just clarifying.
Just clarifying. Are you you're a Beto guy?
Yeah, I did. I voted for him.
He's
I
my homie.
got this T-shirt when I played his fundraiser.
Did you get to meet him?
No, I didn't get a chance to meet him. No. He wasn't
he's-
there.
He's my El Paso homie. He's my homeboy.
He is?
Yes.
He's
and
from
I got to see him when he played in his band back in the day.
What
so.
was his band?
It was, and I'm blanking because I'm
me
on your
too.
podcast.
forget what it's
Hey,
called.
I know all the names, but
But David, David knows him from there too, because
Yeah.
David did the music for that new documentary on HBO.
Yeah, with David Boyle.
with David Boyle,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think over there. Yeah.
who is not from El Paso. He's from your.
Yeah, he's from
Have
your
you know
neck
Dave
of the-
Boyle? You guys got to meet.
Yeah, I
He's
met
a
him.
very angry Australian.
Is he the guy that owns Church House?
Yes.
He is fucking hilarious.
Yes,
He
I
is.
met him once.
But all of you guys are hilarious as a race.
as a race,
Is it a race?
Australians, yeah, that's a race.
okay.
It's so
No.
far
It's
from
a religion,
It's so
it's a
far from
lifestyle.
everything else. It's a race.
It's a state of
Give me a
mind.
break.
Just like
I was.
I love you, Johnny Got it.
I love you too, Noel. Are we on microphones talking to people?
I don't know.
Did I thank you guys for coming?
no.
Joe Ray.
Joe
Love
Ray, my birthday sister.
Yeah,
Yay.
yeah.
I
Guys
just
know
like to-
Joe Ray Domeno? Fabulous lady. Also
Acey,
a
you should
publicist.
send her Australianness.
No,
She's not Australian. She's a regular person. Oh, sorry. Back to your
word.
Australianness.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
No, I just wanted to say I went to El Paso and hung out there for the first time on this last tour, and it was so wild.
Yep.
It was the wildest night. I
Yeah.
met this local personality. She was a radio DJ from LA
Marina.
originally.
Was it Marina?
No, I'm not going to mention her name because I'm about to say some pretty funny shit.
Oh, okay,
But,
never mind. I take it back.
So
Sorry.
after we played the show, the owner of the brewery came up and said, "There's a local DJ here who wants to meet you." And I actually thought he was talking about like a scratch DJ. I didn't get that it was like a radio DJ.
Right.
So I went and hung out with her, and she's like larger than life, like the biggest, most fabulous hair I've ever seen, like really beautiful Latina, like perfectly made up with the best red lips and like the nicest like black outfit, like you would be golf sisters for life.
Okay.
But anyway, so she said, "Come with me, I'll take you to the next bar." And I was like, "Cool, sounds good." She had like this sidekick who was just like this quiet woman who like did her bidding. And it was really bizarre.
Trippy.
And then, then one of the bar staff came up to me and said, "Do not get in the car with Beep. She's wasted and she's written off cars before." I was like, "Oh no."
Whoa.
So, but I felt rude, so I got in the car with her. So I get in the car. Her friend goes to get in the front seat. She goes, "Get out. Acey's in front. Acey's riding shotgun." And it was this sporty little silver number that ominously looked like James Dean's last car.
Oh, wow.
So
That's great.
I get in the front. She pulls out a bottle of vodka, takes a swig. We're in the car's running, and she finishes the vodka. And I'm a bit of a Captain Planet. Throws the bottle out the window, goes smash. Then she rips a bong and then just peels off down
has a
this
bong in the car?
In the car? Who has a bong in the car?
Hold on.
She was really...
Hold up.
Yeah.
That's
You
what I should've
stayed inside that car?
I did, and my face, I felt like I got like a facelift just from driving to the bar. I had my window down, I was like, "Whoa."
What in the... Australians are crazy.
I feel like
El Paso people are crazy.
El Paso
Hold
people.
on a second. Hold on a second. Now, some of them can be, granted. I was kind of teetering that line myself.
You're crazy.
That's frightening. I can't even imagine who that is. That must be someone that came after me.
She said she moved there from LA.
Okay, so that explains everything.
She was from El Paso, and she was great fun. She was just a bit off the rails.
Great, but when you got that warning from people saying don't get in the car, I would have
seemed fine.
Wait a minute, hold up. You just said she pulled out a bottle of vodka, finished it, and then hit a bong, and you didn't get out the car.
I was
And
already
it
in the
sped
car.
off.
I wouldn't be rude. I was stranded. The guys had left.
Didn't want to be rude.
Oh my God.
Do you guys know Sonic Ranch?
Yeah.
What's his name? Tony. All right, so I was in this band Gaudi, and Tony from Sonic Ranch came to a show when we played in El Paso.
Yeah.
And Sonic Ranch is in Tornillo, which is like 40 minutes outside of El Paso.
Give or take.
And our drummer, Bill Leffler, got in Tony's car. And he had some weird sports car. Like...
Yeah.
Oh, that's not a Lamborghini.
Yeah.
For the story, let's call it a Lamborghini.
A Lamborghini, okay.
With the doors that open like this. If you watch Silicon Valley, you know what I'm
It's
talking
actually a Honda Civic, but...
Yeah.
But he was in some sports car. But Bill had that same... Remember when we all got to Sonic Ranch? He was like, "Why'd you let me ride with that guy?" Yeah.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Do tell.
Sorry.
I promise
I wasn't in the car.
Not
I was
all
with my
El
band.
Pasoans are that insane, but some of them need to be, which is why I had to leave. When you're there as a creative person or a creative personality, El Paso is filled with wonderful people. There's an incredible art scene that's also combined with Las Cruces, which is just right there in New Mexico, and also with artists and musicians from Juarez. It's this triad, and it's amazing. But then there's this segment of the population that isn't even aware of that. And it blows my mind. I'm like, do you know what kind of amazing talent we have here? And they don't. So a lot of us wind up leaving. And that breaks my heart because I love El Paso. But it's been a love-hate relationship. It's gotten a lot better, but it's been this love-hate relationship.
It's that town has vibe. Like
It
there's
does.
a lot
It really
of...
does.
It's like electric.
It is electric, but
It's not all positive.
No.
It's not all negative, but there is a lot of
But there
energy
are
going on there.
incredible people there. Like the reason why I mentioned my friend Marina, she is awesome, and she works at the public radio station out there, which is not the same as KUT or KUTX. But you know what? She's out there. She's part of the change that's happening. She's part of the people that are like, hey, go out and support Beto. You know, she's a mover and a shaker, and she's brilliant. She's absolutely brilliant. So there are lots of people to be proud of out there. I don't know how some people feel about me.
Do they know you're famous?
Are you a defector?
What happens when you go back there? They don't like Laurie. All right.
No.
Hey, does anyone ever get mad at you?
Expat
Like
Laurie.
here, like when you're out.
You know what?
Because
It's interesting.
because some people might be like, "Oh, you didn't play my song."
No, it isn't. See, no, it
That never
isn't
happens?
Like that. Actually, I was cornered once. I'm not going to say who the artist
You don't have to.
is, but
I bet I know who that was.
Who?
It's no.
Tell you later.
No, you know what I get for the most part, and I'm very grateful for this. I get a lot of people who say thank you, and even when I haven't gotten around to playing something, they just bother to stop. They take the time. They say thank you for what you do, and I really wake up every damn day. I wake up thinking, thanks for listening, thanks for giving a damn.
Yes.
You do the Austin Music Minute.
Yes.
You
So
do
good,
the
so
band of the
good.
day. Do the band of the month.
No, I don't. What I do is
Stop there doing bands.
Wait a minute, you do band of the month?
I don't do the band of the month. That sounds all kinds of wrong. Yeah,
I'm just
I'm the one
naming
doing the
things.
band of the month.
Yeah.
I will corner your ass.
What's
Kid
been
that.
kind of a point of frustration is people don't know that I'm also a producer. When you hear the Music Minute, I actually put that together. I'm the one that does the editing. I'm not just the voice. So also with the new podcast, I've been telling people because they ask me, "Who's your producer?" And I'm like,
You are.
her name is Laurie.
Yes.
And she does all of the things. But I every time we have some younger students come in, especially if they're young ladies, I tell them, learn how to produce. You see this machine that I'm working, you see all this editing equipment I've got? Learn how to do that. Go behind the scenes. Girl, I know you can do it. And I do that all the time.
Yay. I always tell my young students, learn
Yes.
how to do everything.
Where's Lindsay
Photoshop,
Kappa?
video editing,
Yeah.
anything you can learn
what
how
I'm
to do.
doing now.
Because if
Oh,
you don't
Lindsay-
have a publicist, you don't have anything, you got to do everything yourself.
You'll be in
Every
charge.
single
There she
thing.
is.
Yeah, you can create.
Lindsay Kappa.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Woo!
she's an engineer.
Hell
And
yeah.
you know what? It makes me super happy. In Skyrocket, our live engineer is a woman as well.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's nice.
It's awesome. It's badass. They're out
Lindsay
there.
is the Skyrocket engineer. so
No,
dope.
Lindsay is a producer. I was pointing at Corey, who is also in Skyrocket. That was a lot of pointing. I'm sorry.
I was just catching up.
I've been moving and drinking.
Hooray!
It's kind of sad that we even have to talk about
I
the
know.
fact that, but like Andre teaches recording classes up at ACC, my husband, he teaches at ACC, and he'll go to the first class and he'll come home and he's like, there's one woman in the class, and it's
Yeah.
like, wah, wah. I mean, it's nice, there's one woman in the class, but I hope more women do, because women have just a different vibe. It's just a different vibe and a sensibility and a sensitivity about things that is cool in music. I think it's cool.
I'm going to date myself by saying this, but maybe your parents will
You
hear
would date
me.
yourself, wouldn't you? It's a little joke there. Don't worry.
I
Swipe
do
left.
date myself.
I'm in love with myself.
When I was a little boy, I got like an erector set and Tinker Toys, and my friends that were girls got like dolls and dollhouses.
Right.
So like, hey, you guys can make stuff. Hey, look pretty and make the house look nice.
Yeah.
Even I have many younger brothers and sisters, but my next younger brother and sister, my stepmom used to have all of these like custom shirts made for everyone for their birthday. And I remember my little brothers said future president, and my little sisters said future Miss America.
Oh, man.
Whoa.
And I told my stepmom that
Yeah.
when I was there in December, and she said that's not true. But it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that wasn't my.
That was terrible.
my existence.
Sorry, guys.
I
to
was
get
a scrunchy
I
little
am
kid.
going to cry. Get your $75 together, audience.
I was a little bowl cut,
5 minutes.
bowl cut tomboy living in the redwoods. Like I wanted to be like a naturalist. That when I was a kid, I wanted to be a a naturalist illustrator that went to Alaska, lived in the woods, and drew wolves. That's what I wanted to do.
Johnny just wanted to be Miss America.
The Marin County school system.
Yes, that's what a hippie did.
Yeah.
That's what a hippie
Yeah,
was.
yeah, yeah.
I wanted to be
I'm
with,
just
be
gonna
with
draw
the wolves.
trees.
Oh.
What did you want to be when you were little? Acey Monaro?
I always wanted to be a singer.
Yeah?
Always. That's what's so weird about the fact that I didn't start performing until I was in my late 20s, is that that's all I ever wanted to do. I remember being in my first training bra before I needed one, but I made my mum get me one, and singing into my hairbrush, and I would sing the whole of Meatloaf's Bat Out of Hell over and over in my mirror.
What a great record, right?
It was already like an old record when I was a little girl.
How old
but
are you? Do you
it
say
spoke
your
to
age?
me. Yeah, so
Yeah.
I'm 33.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're young. Jesus.
I'm
You're a
old in this
baby.
scene. I'm
What?
old in this scene. It's so crazy. Like the Austin,
You're old
like,
in this scene.
No, but in the like at the bars that I play out in the bands
yeah.
that we
Oh, yeah,
play
yeah,
out,
yeah,
all
yeah.
those other bands, they're all in their 20s, and I get and it's fine, but I do get a lot of young women say to me, "Oh, you're like my auntie." I'm like, "Bitch, I'm 8 years older than you." Like, get the fuck out of here.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Also, it's fine. Like, I'll be your cool aunt.
I got a year of my life back the other night having a conversation with my husband. I was like, we're almost middle-aged. I was like, I'm 47, you're 48. And he goes, you're not 47. I said, what are you talking about? I'm 47. He's like, you're 46. I was like, hallelujah! I gotta fucking
That's
do
what you
that.
start doing. You start adding when you get 40.
My grandma would turn 95, and the day after her 95th birthday, she was already telling people she was 96. Like, that's what I'm starting to do.
My grandma's 95 right now on a cruise ship on her way to Cancun.
Go,
Having a
grandma.
party.
Thank you. Yeah, let's give it up.
Woo! Johnny's grandma.
Yeah,
Johnny's grandma.
yeah. Also, her favorite audience is Anar.
Yeah.
She does all of her weird shit
There he is.
for Anar because of that laugh. Yeah, yeah.
You know what is one cool thing in our scene?
What?
In terms of women being in control is booking. Women, there's a lot
yeah.
of female bookers
Yes.
in our scene.
Yes, hallelujah.
Yeah, and so you don't get as much of that all sausage lineup.
Yes.
that
I
you
don't.
get
I don't.
when they're not
I've been,
controlled.
I've been
That
around
might
for
have
a
been the
long
best
time.
thing of the entire
There's
evening.
always been women in booking. Melissa Cherry booked Fitzgerald's in Houston.
Oh, God.
There you go.
Remember Nikki Duncan used to book
Nikki
the Root
Duncan,
of My...
thank you.
Yes.
And other people.
Back in the day. Now
But yeah.
Adrian's got the herd and all that stuff.
In
and
Austin, it's
Yeah.
myself, Trish, Amara, Adrian, Alex, Renee.
Yeah.
It's
Who are
a
these
lot
people?
of diverse, and all
where
the howdy
you book
gals.
Cheer Up Charlie's.
Sometimes, yeah.
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
What do you book there? What do you look for in a show?
diversity. I've booked, I think, 2 all-male shows, and I wasn't happy about it. But it was, it doesn't mean that they're not great shows. It's just when I go out, I get bored of hearing the same, honestly, the same white dudes wearing all black saying the same shit in the same way. It bores me. And now it doesn't bore me for 45 minutes, but I don't want to hear it all night.
Have you ever
Sorry.
been to see me
Don't
play?
be
Because I am a
triggered.
white dude all dressed in black at my show. Okay.
One set's
come.
cool, man.
No, I'm gonna.
Look,
blue
just don't
jeans.
ask me to play cheer-ups.
There you go.
I'm
Okay.
fucking with you, it's fine.
How about that Sydney Wright?
Oh, she's unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Sound person. She calls herself a sound guy.
Sound guy, that's
That's
cool.
it, that's the
I
word
call
that she
myself the
uses.
main guy at Go
Yeah.
Fever. That's my role.
Yeah.
I need another drink. I don't know what they talking about. Did somebody bring me a drink? I don't know anybody's name they saying. I don't know the places they talking about. I feel lost.
Oh, my God.
Yes. I need
Just
somebody
start
to bring me
singing
another
AC/DC.
drink.
This is exactly what his posts are like.
Yeah.
That's what I said. Follow him,
I'm just saying.
and it's just like that.
Sydney Wright.
That's
don't know
why I
what they
thought it
talking
would be
about.
funny if I read them as an older white guy.
Okay, you can read one. I'll choose
I'm not
it, though.
gonna find it.
Never mind. Never mind.
Never mind.
Johnny, can we ask Ray what he wanted to be when he was a kid? 'Cause I
Halle
wanna
Berry's
know.
husband.
Ray.
Can I
Halle
get
Berry's
a
husband. All right.
Who?
I wanted to ask Ray what he wanted
Ask
to be
him,
when
ask
he
him.
was. No, he just said he
I just
wanted to be
told you.
Halle Berry's husband.
I did.
Oh.
Ever since Jungle Fever.
Who was she married to?
Nobody.
Wasn't she married to a guy and she got divorced?
You know what's weird? It's everybody that marries her, they divorce her, so something's going on. But I'll take a chance. I told baby, see my girlfriend. If I ever meet her,
Oh, do you guys have that?
yeah, just let her know.
Do you know
Yeah.
what? I once met a lady, and I was her guy.
Whoa.
What?
Whoa.
You were her.
I was the guy that her husband said, "Okay, it's cool."
So what
We
happened?
didn't do it. We made out a very little bit, and I was like, "This is just too weird.
What?
It's too weird." Yeah, it was too. She's like, "No, my
Let me tell you
husband's totally
something. Johnny's
cool."
the second most interesting person in the world. Like,
You
he
know
has
what?
all
I'm
these
actually the
stories.
fourth.
The fourth.
Yeah,
Noel's number one. Who's number two?
there's a lot of people before me. Two others. I think.
Okay.
I'll tell you, Noel's number one in my book.
Jake.
Cool.
Back in the day, I did this thing on Facebook called 20 Random Facts About Me, and every single day I posted a random fact, like really random.
Okay.
And I thought it was like just kind of like, I'm just laying some stuff out there, and people were freaking out. I was like, what? Like, I don't know. It was weird stuff, but it was like, you know, I mean, some weird shit has happened to all of us. Like, one night I was in LA, and when I lived in LA, and my roommate and I, we were out at a place called the Hollywood Athletic Club, which used to be the place to go to, like, have drinks, play pool, and, like, Lenny Kravitz and all these people hung out there. So we were like, let's go to the Hollywood Athletic Club. So we're in the bathroom, and all these girls are in the bathroom going, oh my God, Robert Plant is out there. And we're like, Robert Plant's where? They're like, he's having dinner. So we just walk out of the bathroom, we walk up to Robert Plant and his guy that's with him, and we're like, hey, how you guys doing? And they're like, sit down, join us. So we sit down, and...
That would not happen if you were a dude.
I know, but we have drinks, we have dessert, we hang out, then we get in his limo. We drive around. They're not trying anything. They are super gentlemen. It was his manager. It was so cool. That we hung out. They told us stories about Zeppelin in the 70s in LA. How they locked Jimmy Page in the trunk of a limo and drove him around LA and everything, and he had to guess where he was. And then we're like, okay, these clubs suck. Where should we go? So we went back to Phil Carson was the guy who was like his manager at the time. Phil Carson. He used to manage Boston and Yes and all these bands. So we go back to Phil Carson's apartment. We get some beer. And we go back to the apartment. And we just hung out with Robert Plant and Phil Carson for like the rest of the night. Total gentlemen. I'm going to re-emphasize that. And they told stories and we told stories. And I wasn't even a musician. I just was like hanging out with these dudes.
I'm trying to tell y'all.
Random
you did not
fact.
tell me she's not the most interesting person in the world. And this is just, she's got stories and stories and stories like this. I'm trying to tell y'all.
Life happens.
That is awesome.
I don't have one story like that. I don't even hang out with my mailman. No, I don't. I can't think of something like that. Like,
yeah, but Ray, you're going to LA in a month, so
I won't meet anybody. I won't get in the car with
That's
nobody.
the one thing about LA.
Famous
I
last
remember
words.
one time, Anar, didn't you turn to me and go like, "Oh, Billy Harvey just texted, and he's behind Ozzy at Starbucks, and he doesn't know what to say." We need to tell Billy Harvey what to say to Ozzy while he's standing back. You can just be at Starbucks and Ozzy's there.
that's what
Stuff
I'm
like
saying.
that don't happen to me. I'm just saying. People don't come up and put a big black man in their car and take off with him. I'm just saying. That shit don't happen. That's not
You know
the story
why?
of my life. It's not the fabric of my life. You know what I'm saying?
It's true.
I need to be your wing woman. I'll be your wing woman. I'll go with you.
I wish you would.
Ray, did you know that I'm a terrible rapper?
No, I didn't even know you tried.
I would have guessed it.
My rap development as a rapper ends at, my name is Johnny, and I'm here to say. I'm like that guy.
No. Well, here's the deal. My
85.
delivery sucks.
Okay.
My words, I can put. I'm very clever
You're
with
great.
the words.
Yeah, you're a
but
great
my
writer.
delivery, I'm like, I can only rap like Chuck D. Like, you know, I can't get my rhythms. I can't work on my rhythms quite. You know what I'm saying? So once I get that down, it's over with. I just got to get somebody to shoot me.
You know,
That's a good shot.
And
then I'm going double platinum.
Oh, I think you could.
Was
I think
that
you
baby
could.
just
Oh,
born?
that is the cutest baby. Let me hold it.
Look at that beautiful baby. Oh my goodness.
Let me hold your baby.
Yay.
No, y'all don't understand. I'm really good
Yeah.
with babies. Like my mom had a daycare growing up, and
I'm
I just
going to
love
quote
babies.
our president when I say that is a great baby.
That is a great baby.
That's a cute baby. I'm not
I mean,
It's a
crazy
great
about
baby.
toddlers
The whole
so much.
Cinco de Mayo outfit is just working. Like, it's just so cute.
Unbelievable.
I just want to remind
If you're at
everyone.
home listening to this, or maybe on a trail somewhere,
Yeah.
there's a very cute baby that just came into the show.
I mean,
It's a
cute
beautiful baby. A beautiful
Wait.
baby.
What'd you say? Wait,
Oh, if
we're
you're-
we're
if you're-
outside of this place.
No, if people will be listening to this show. It's a podcast,
Yeah, so wherever the
and people
Yeah.
people listen to it other places.
I don't smoke weed. Okay.
I do.
And now drama doesn't make
Oh
fake
my God.
IDs.
Can I tell you something? Moving accelerates your weed smoking. If you smoke weed and you're trying to pack your place, it gets weird.
Yeah, I don't know what's
It does get weird.
I can
Like the
imagine.
music that's on becomes super important. Like, oh my God, I gotta hear Here Come the Warm Jets by Brian Eno right now. Or I cannot pack my underwear. Oh my God, can I tell you this other thing? All right, so I moved into the place that I live in, or I lived in until today, and I'll live in again in 2 weeks. I moved in with a young lady in 2011, a lady named Jessie.
A partner?
A partner.
There you
She
go.
was a partner. Oh, red hair, just like the Chris Kugel partner. Or-
They could get
Ocasio-Cortez is-
together.
Yeah, same. They should be together now. I'm going to write Jessie when I get home, and I'm going to be like, Jessie, you got to find Ocasio-Cortez's partner.
All sounds perfectly rational.
Hook up and do a redhead love thing, and I'll take Ocasio-Cortez.
How
and
many
do a
drinks
Latin
have you
love thing.
had, Johnny? How
Redhead
many
love
drinks
thing.
has that been?
So when we moved in, there was one closet that became like, oh, I'm just putting all of the shit in the closet. You know what I mean? When you move into a place, you're like, whatever. So we put this stuff in the closet. From then on, since 2011, been putting stuff in the closet. I had another lady that lived there as well. Her name was Zuri.
Did you just find her in the closet yesterday?
No, we were BFGF, and she moved in. Second move in into this apartment. She put her stuff in there. So have you ever seen like archaeological digs where they pull stuff out and they're like, oh yeah, this is 1975 because this happened. And then you move down. This is what was happening to me. I'm pulling shit out. I find something of Zuri's and I'm like, oh yeah, 2015 or whatever that was. Dig a little further, a to-do list from Jessie. So I'm like, oh yeah, the Jessie regime. As
from
opposed to
different
the
girlfriends?
Zuri regime. Yeah, they're regimes.
Okay.
I think of them as regimes.
regimes. But don't put me in this.
You guys are married. You have a concert regime.
He just pointed at
It's
AC
a-
and AC and myself.
Well,
like,
you guys are not married together,
Acey,
but you're
I
married
love
to
you.
Andre,
Oh, that would be great.
Yes, yeah.
Moran.
Yeah. I've been with my man for 22 years. 22 years.
How long have you guys been together?
This husband has been, what, 5-6 years?
This one, wait, hang on. There's more?
Did you listen to when she was on the podcast the last time?
No, he's not allowed to listen to podcasts that I'm on. Remember the first one,
The first one he was on.
No, and I wouldn't let him do the last one because he said
Because-
that I hated his family. And now I don't care. His family give me the shits. I don't care
Okay,
about that.
so there was a thing that AC revealed was that she was really stressed out during her record release, and she went onto the computer and found that your husband had been Googling, why is my wife so mean to me?
Yes.
Which I thought was so sweet.
Is her husband here?
Oh my God.
Right there.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, pointing.
Yeah, I was
That
like-
guy. It's a yellow
Is that
day.
husband here?
That husband's here. God love him. I
Wait,
was
how
being,
many times have you been married?
Just twice.
Okay.
But I got married to my mum's best
Just
friend
twice?
when I was a teenager to like piss her off, I guess.
What?
And we were married for like 7
Man, you're
years.
gangster. You get in cars with people smoking weed and marry your mom's best friends and shit?
She is a gangster. And
gotta
now
give
I
a
sound
shot.
like an old white guy.
Yeah,
She
yeah,
is
yeah.
a gangster. Let me tell you something, Ray
What, you
Prim.
gonna give
I
me a
know.
She's
street
a
name?
gangster. She is gangsterizing
Hard
throughout the
yard.
neighborhoods.
Look out.
I love that you knew that he was Googling.
No, so I sat down, I opened his laptop because I broke mine ages ago, and that was
sorry.
the last search.
That was the first thing.
It was
that
like,
came up.
why is my wife so mean?
You guys
And I was like,
have all
oh,
been on the show
it's me.
before, but that last conversation that we had was honestly in my top 5. It was so... You have no worries
No
about
worries,
things
mate.
that you say.
Well,
About
can I ask you
yourself.
something? What did you find?
There's a level of honesty that's... yeah, let's find
What
that
was
out.
the
What did you
answer?
find?
What did the internet say, Ben?
Did it have answers?
Look,
You know what? You better be careful.
I slept on the couch last
Me?
night.
I
Don't
watched
ask
a
him
lot
for
of
relationship
Dateline.
advice.
You better watch it.
Ray says he watches a lot of Dateline. You better be careful.
You better be careful. There's a
You know
lot
what's
of mean
weird?
women that end up on Dateline. I'm just saying.
you know what's weird?
2020.
Anyone that knows my history, it would be weird that I do this, but I do watch those shows as well.
Oh, I record them.
I don't.
I do.
I feel like once there's stuff like the Jinx, and what was the one
Oh,
about
the
the
Jinx is
guy
good.
in
The
Wisconsin?
Jinx is good.
Remember the Wisconsin guy? They did 2 parts to it. It was huge.
Yeah.
Which
They
was
put him in jail.
Oh, you're talking about the How to Make a Murderer.
How to Make a Murderer.
You're welcome.
All of these, thank you. Dateline,
Making a Murderer.
48 Hours, 2020, they would all benefit from like several hours of
I turned
investigative
Nicole.
reporting.
I turned Noel onto that.
Yeah, I
Making a
watched that.
Murderer.
And then
Shit,
Emily
man.
watched it, and she got a song out of it. See?
Yeah, I told Noel.
You wrote a song about that?
About making a murder, yeah.
You did?
No, my keyboard player, Emily, wrote that.
Oh, she
wrote a
did?
song. Yeah, we can get a song out of anything. Like Ray said, if your life is kind of the same old thing every day, you got to look elsewhere.
Exactly.
But
There's
you know,
a child that looks like she wants to say something.
She's like, no, I don't. You better go.
Okay.
I feel you, little mama.
Now that there's a child here, I'm not
She
gonna,
just
I'm
threw
not
you
gonna say
so
what
much
I was about
shade
to
with her face, by the way.
I think
What's that?
I was about to say, like, you know, she found out what he was Googling. Like, sometimes I walk into the room where Andre is, and like he's shutting something down really quick on his computer, but it's not porn. It's gear porn. Like he feels guilty
I know
about the
that
fact
dude.
that he's
Yeah,
researching
yeah.
a new pedal that he's about to buy. So he like shuts it down really quickly, and he looks at me like, "Huh? What? I wasn't doing anything." And I'm like, "I don't care if you buy a new pedal. Buy a new pedal. Like, I'm not that kind of woman. You know, buy whatever you want to buy. You're bringing home the bacon. Do it." But I just think it's funny that he feels guilty about it, and he like looks at me and shuts it.
I could see that. Well, because you're like, man, I mean, you're pretty, but this pedal
But that
makes your
pedal-
guitar sound like a Mellotron.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's
I
it.
know. I know exactly. Yeah. Hey, I'm divorced.
And since he plays in my band, I'm for it. Like, get
Yeah,
the fucking
of
pedal that
course.
sounds
Yeah,
like a melody.
that's what.
Yeah.
Maybe I need to find a mate to start a band with.
Well,
I'm not looking at you for that reason.
I was gonna say, hang on. I'm telling you, my girl is. I gotta go pick her up. But now, sorry.
Dude, it would be so PC. Same
would.
sex, interracial. It'd be super awesome.
I just don't feel that way.
Our
about
babies
you.
would be beautiful.
What, the ones we adopt from Korea or something? I don't know. I do want to adopt a Korean baby. Man, they're cute. But I'm just not crazy about toddlers.
Which side, though?
Can
It's
you
one of your
adopt a kid and
feathers.
then
Are you coming
give it back
apart?
when they grow up a little bit?
I'm coming apart. I'm making a pillow out of me.
You guys, I moved into an Airstream today. Tonight, I'm going to
you
spend
go.
my first night in my
So
friend.
cliche.
It's
Man, I had to ask
live in
Scott
Austin, I
Collins.
have a music
I had to
podcast.
ask Scott Collins what a Airstream was. I didn't even know what that was.
it's a trailer.
A trailer.
I'm like the world's most excited guy to move into a trailer.
So how did you fit all your stuff in there?
Well, not my stuff's in a pod. I'm moving back into my place. They bring a storage unit and put it in a parking space, and then you fill that storage unit up, and it stays there.
Wait, is it
My
air
piano
conditioned?
went to Scott Collins' house. My studio went to Jason's house in the Airstream.
Is that pod air conditioned?
No. I had to take my vinyl to my ex-girlfriend Sandy's house.
Oh.
It wasn't weird. It was good.
regime number 8.
So what did you put inside there? Your bed, your...
Yeah, regime
Your
number
dresser?
8. No, it's 7. What?
What did you put inside there? Your bed, your
My
dresser?
bed, my organ.
Your organ? There's no...
Not
is
this
it-
organ,
How
but
was
this
your organ in bed,
Nice.
Ben? You're
That
not
was
in bed.
lovely. That was lovely.
Those of you listening at home know exactly what I just
Yeah,
did.
that's pretty much it.
If you've listened to all 800 podcasts, you know exactly what I just did.
Isn't it gonna mess
There's
up...
children here.
Isn't the heat gonna mess up your organ?
That's what she said?
No.
Question mark?
No, I'm talking about your organ that you play. Won't the heat mess that up? You didn't think about that,
No,
did you?
no, it'll be fine.
You
It's
sure?
broken already.
Oh, okay, never mind.
I sent my Rhodes to Switched On. You guys, keyboard guys in town. Apparently, Switched On has an in with the best Rhodes guy in the country, and he lives in Lafayette, Louisiana.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
right now, my Rhodes is on a truck on its way to Lafayette to get fixed.
Nice.
Awesome.
That's awesome.
Andre and I went into a thrift store in Northern California in the mountains where my grandma used to live, And in the back corner, this is one of your dreams, like as going into a thrift store, you have this kind of thought. And in the back corner is this like 80 whatever key Rhodes, and it's sitting there and it says keyboard $75. And Andre and I look at each other and we're like, ha ha. And so then we look at it, didn't have the cabinet that it always comes with a cabinet, and we're like, oh, and then we plugged it into something that was there, and we're like, yeah, this keyboard has some issues. We're going to have to spend some money on it. Can you take a little bit less? They're like, we'll take $50. So we bought a Rhodes for $50.
When did Halle Berry walk in?
I know.
You said my dream, right?
So you
What
want
are
to
you
know?
talking about?
Do you guys know Kyle from the Black Angels, the keyboard guy?
Yeah.
Okay, so Kyle had a rehearsal space 20 years ago, like down the hall from us at not Space. What was the one that's going away now? Cabela's.
Okay.
Cabela's rehearsal space. You guys aren't laughing? What are you guys, not hip? So the Cabela family, who owns Cabela's, the hunting store, owns Music Lab. You guys didn't know that.
Oh, I don't know.
Joe Cabela, the other Cabela, Dave Cabela, Steve Cabela, the Cabela's.
All right.
Anyway,
I learn something every day.
You need to go
So,
on Jeopardy.
I
You
do.
got so much information in your head.
I do. But I bet they wouldn't ask the questions that I know. That's what I fear about Jeopardy. They'd ask math, space, science, things that matter. You know what I mean? I don't do well in those situations. However, I will say that Kyle from Black Angels came up to me and said, hey, you're looking for a Rhodes or Wurlitzer. They have a Rhodes 54 key at this pawn shop on Airport. There's like a loose wire and some of the keys don't work, and it's on sale for I don't know how much, but tell them you'll give them $100 because if it doesn't work, bring it back to me and I'll fix it. And I got mine for $100. Pawn shop. Yeah, we all went up there and got it, took it back to Kyle. He fixed it, and the rest is history.
History.
Are you guys Kiss fans? Any Kiss fans?
No.
Nice segue, though.
Last year at episode 700, the whole show, we talked about Def Leppard. And that was a specific thing I wanted to talk about because I was tired and super high.
Awesome.
And I love Def Leppard. I do. I don't care. You like Def Leppard?
No.
And the crowd went mild.
Let's give it up for Def Leppard. So they finally got it done. That's kind of weak. These guys have sold like 300 million records. You're all jerks.
Not to
Is
me.
that, is
Why
that
do
a
you
band
like
with the
them?
one-armed drummer?
I only
Yeah.
like AC/DC.
They have the same
I
producer.
like AC/DC, Soundgarden, Nirvana. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sausage Man.
Oh, and Tool. I love Tool.
Oh,
Nobody loves Tool.
And Rage Against the Machine.
Rage Against the
Nobody
Machine.
likes Tool.
Yeah, I love Tool.
Hey.
I feel like Tool is a band that made some weird videos.
I
They
love
had some
Tool.
weird anger issues.
I've seen them live. They're really good.
Yeah?
But Rage
Okay.
Against the Machine is my all-time favorite. band.
Einar and I had the same management as Tool.
For a while, there were about 800 bands that all sounded like the guy was taking a shit while he sang at the same time. You know,
I blame
feel
Eddie
the guy-
Vedder
I
started
feel like
that.
the guy from Tool.
Nöel, how does that sound? Sing it.
But I think Eddie Vedder started that. It's like, hemorrhoid rock.
Someone
Better
turned the fan
now.
on. Hey, you got a match?
Oh my God, that's funny.
So no Def Leppard for you.
No.
All right. They were just inducted in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I also cried during the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame
Man, you're a
induction.
crybaby. Damn,
I did.
you cried at
I did.
everything.
Sounds like you're just a big wimp.
I cried when The Cure won.
Why?
And Robert Smith did not.
You didn't get any of that award. They didn't thank you.
Robert Smith
You
had
know
the
what?
exact opposite
You're not
reaction.
a real Cure fan because if you were, you did get some of that award.
I didn't cry when Bill Withers went in. And I'm a huge.
I didn't either.
He's my biggest influence.
I saw him on there. I remember that. That was great.
I didn't cry. I stood up and
I cried during the
somebody I knew
Zombies
smoked
set.
weed. With what?
I cried during the Zombies performance. I just cried. I was like, wow, That's
I almost
They're
cried on your
wonderful.
show.
Forget about the money. After the show, everybody hug Johnny Gotti. We're gonna make a line, and he needs a hug from everybody in here. Just hug him. He's the most crying person I've ever met in my life.
I also want a
hug
free
him.
cry.
But maybe you know what though? He's so happy. So maybe I need to get my tear on too. Because Shane always tells me when I'm watching movies, she'll be over there bawling. She's like, "What's wrong with you? Why are you dead inside?" I'm like,
you don't feel anything.
I do, but I can't get the
You're
tears
as
to come
cold
out of
as
my
ice,
eyes.
Ray.
Something's wrong with my tear ducts, I guess.
Everybody
I don't-
reacts in their own way, okay? Not everybody cries. I'm a crier. It's all right.
like
It's
just
okay.
laughing.
Party of
people
Five
don't.
got me though. Woo, shit. Party.
Who?
Yeah.
See,
Party
that's
of,
what I
listen,
mean.
if you don't cry watching Party of Five, you are dead inside.
That came out of nowhere.
I've
That
never watched
show-
it because I don't think I can handle the tears.
Oh, but because I've just remembered, like, man, he had to take care of all them kids. When the parents both died, I mean, he had to take care of all those kids, and those kids would not listen to him, the oldest guy.
Especially
He was
that
trying to make
whiny
his
Neve
wife-
Campbell.
She
Oh,
always
don't
looks
talk
like
about
she's trying
Neve.
to
I
cry.
love Neve.
You what?
Man,
I'm
that
just
show
kidding.
was
I
so
love
great.
Party of Five, Ray.
I got some good songs out.
I've
of
never
Party
seen
of
it.
Five.
Should I watch it?
Yes. Yes, John. Oh no, Johnny, you don't need to watch. You already crying. Hell no, you have a nervous breakdown, dog. You don't need to cry.
I literally
No.
cried during the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction.
No,
Because
don't.
you know why? I could tell. You can. Have you guys seen it? Anyone here? Show of hands. Anyone watch the induction? You can see how happy and flattered Robert was. And if you're a Cure fan from back in the day,
Oh, he'd be crying.
you feel it.
Okay,
I'm
hang
about
on,
to cry now.
Johnny,
I mean,
Johnny. Wait. Did you not see the reporter that accosted
Yeah,
him
you know what?
afterward?
That's what he does. And I
Well-
also would have said that same thing to that lady
Okay,
because she was
but
way
did
more
you
excited
genuinely
than
get
he
this
was.
air of happiness?
Watch his induction.
I have.
He's holding back tears. And his performance is unbelievable.
Well, his performance is
And
absolutely
also-
unbelievable. Yes.
By the way,
Oh boy.
Reeves Gabrels is now the Pearl Thompson of The Cure. He's the
Oh.
lead guitar player.
Right.
I don't know who y'all-
You have no idea who that is. Go Google that. You're all losers. Losers!
Stop
He
it.
was Bowie's guitar player for many
Yeah,
years.
he
He was a
played-
guitar player in Tin Machine. He was a big fan of me and Einar's. He was. We met him.
Awesome.
He liked us.
That's awesome.
That's another guy
Yeah.
I never listened to.
Einar?
No. Bowie.
Okay, you're gonna.
Ooh. Them
Yeah.
are
I feel like I'm about to get
words.
shot, but I've never listened to Bowie.
Dun dun dun.
It's okay.
It's fine.
Never listened. I was listening
You guys
to
at
Bee Gees.
home, the crowd just pulled out daggers.
I'm sorry.
Hang
I'm
on,
sorry.
hang on.
Lightning
There's
bolts.
still
It wasn't
time.
Derringer guns. They
He's
pulled
not
out
dead.
Derringer guns.
I
He's
never-
dead.
There's time for everything still.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, when you Hunky Dory, just go straight to Hunky Dory as an album.
Is that an
and
album? Is that a real album?
It's a real album.
Yeah, it's a
Hunky
real,
Dory.
it's a real live album.
He's sitting on a shade
He's
lounge
he's reclining.
with
He's
real
reclining.
long hair. Before Ziggy, go there. You're gonna love it.
Hunky Dory.
And start there and go straight through.
Okay.
If you need
I'll
a guide, call me. I'll hold your hand.
This sad bastard.
Guys, we have come to the end of our time.
Whoa!
I hate to say that. I know.
Okay, all right.
All right, guys. First up,
Do it.
Cue cards.
Did anybody guess for this CD? I'm just gonna take it back with me. Okay, what's the name?
Jennifer Yoder.
Well, I got three things for you. One, Jason and I have already planned to come to your next show. We've taken off from work.
Thank you.
Two, Jason's going to talk to Statesman as far as having you on the 360.
That's what I'm talking about. Praise the Lord. Keep talking.
And three, your dogs are Penny Pudding Poppers and Chi Chi Monkey Lily.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Y'all could have had it, but y'all just didn't know.
Free CD. All right, Ray
Yeah.
Prim's new album drops
Yeah.
Friday, May 24th. He's doing a release show at 1 to 1 Bar on Friday, May 24th. Find him at rayprim.com. Laurie Gallardo, hear her weekdays 2 to 5 on KUTX. Go to Patreon and check out Vamp Sunscreen to find her SPF 1000 Vampire Sunscreen podcast premiering in June.
I love that name, by the way. Yeah, that's a badass.
The Belle Sounds latest album, The Sea Within, is available now. Go to thebellesounds.com. They will be at Phoenix House in San Rafael.
Yeah. Phoenix, whatever. We're going to California.
Phoenix Live. Sorry,
Just
Phoenix
go to our
Live.
website.
That don't sound right.
We're going to be there. Phoenix Live.
Come on, Johnny.
I've been drinking this whole time.
Stop crying and get through this, Johnny.
We're
Come
going
on.
somewhere, and it's costing us a lot of money on a credit card.
There you go.
Find
There
them
you
at
go.
thebellsounds.com.
Yes,
Amazing
yes,
band.
yes.
And also, thank you so much for
Yeah.
coming in last minute.
Yes.
Also, we want to give a shout out to our friend Alicia Lonnie, whose hat guy decided to do her hat release today.
You know what though? That girl, that's smart. That girl is making a lot of money today, Johnny.
Why didn't she do her hat release here?
I don't know, but
That's what I
it is
would like
smart.
to.
She's having a
We would
hat
have all
release.
had free hats.
She's selling hats because people don't buy CDs anymore. Really, cars don't even come with CDs. But you
I
always
don't
got to
even know
cover
why you
your
made
head.
a CD.
I don't either. That's my last one. But she's having a hat release. Like she's get these hats and she's selling them. And I looked at her. I went and looked it up. She's almost sold out.
Woo.
At $15 a hat. Dog.
She should give us all free hats.
I'm about
for
to make
standing
a hat
us out.
release soon too. Y'all just look for me. And
Acey
some toenail
Monaro.
polish.
Sorry. Acey Monaro's band is called Go Fever. Their website is gofeverband.com. Their latest EP is Daydream Hawker. They are playing Friday, May 17th at Beerland here in Austin, Texas, and Saturday, May 25th at the Olympic venue in Boise, Idaho. If you're listening in Boise, Idaho, hey, don't laugh. They could be.
It's Boise, by the way.
Woo! Aussie just told you how to pronounce an American name. Whoa!
Hey, thank you guys so much for coming out. It's Sunday. It's been a great time. Thank you so much for listening to the show. Thank you, Ray Prim. Thank you, Laurie Gallardo. Thank you, Nöelle Hampton. Thank you, Acey Monaro.
Thanks,
You're
Johnny.
all champions. I also want to
Thank
thank
you, Johnny.
Travis.
Yeah, TK.
It's all going good?
Travis!
All right.
TK,
Thank you
órale.
guys for coming out.
Thank you.
Game of Thrones!
Game of Thrones. Game of Bones.